Okay, hippie shakes. Welcome back to the 5. The 2012 race is heating up. President Obama and GOP contender Rick Perry exchanged jabs today. It all started in response to the comment Perry made.
I mean, printing more money to play politics at this particular time in American history is almost treacherous, or treasonous, in my opinion.
Did somebody speak Texas that could translate that for us? Well, the president wasted no time hitting back.
Perry just got in the presidential race, and I think that everybody who runs for president, it probably takes them a little bit of time before they start realizing that this isn't like running for governor or running for senator or running for Congress. And you've got to be a little more careful about what you say. But I'll cut him some slack. He's only been at it for a few days now.
How nice of him.
Don't cut him any slack. And then, of course, Perry had to respond to the president's response. Man, my head hurts. But go ahead, take a listen to this.
You know, yesterday, President said I needed to watch what I say. I just want to respond back, if I may. Mr. President, actions speak louder than words. My actions as governor are helping create jobs in this country. The president's actions are killing jobs in this country.
Yeah, okay. I still don't understand the word he said, but I think it's something to do with jobs and taking credit for jobs he didn't create. But now, you know, there's one thing I will say about presidential politics. I haven't been in a few of these things before. One of the things you don't do, and I'm shocked Obama did this, is to start taking off after a bunch of unknown contenders, particularly somebody like Rick Perry, who just got in this race after God told him to get in it. And why would Obama get into that?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because President Obama is thin-skinned. Every time you go out, you talk about the economy. Every time you talk about the issues in any campaign, it's always about him and how it bothers him. It just drives. He's such a
He needs an opponent.
Man.
Very sensitive.
Very
He needs an opponent. What was interesting to me listening to Obama's soundbite is when President Obama says that, it's like, oh, all of a sudden, experience matters.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
we were looking at each other. That's a good one coming from the community organizer. But he's like, look, I'm a seasoned guy now, Perry. You might want to watch what you say.
But also that Perry had to read that statement. I mean, it's true. He has only been campaigning for a few days. He's got to get a little bit more.
Well, I can tell you exactly what happened on that.
He said treasonous. This is all about him saying treasonous. It's like, Bob, it's like if we were going to go outside and play a basketball game, and I said, you know what, I'm going to beat you. No, I'm going to kill you in this basketball game. You don't really think I'm going to physically kill you, do you?
Yes, maybe. Right. But, you know, I'll tell you what happened.
I'm tired of people taking hyperbole serious. On both sides, we've got to have basically a truce where you can say, I've got you in my target, or I'm going to kill you. You should be able to say those things.
Okay, good. Yeah, I got you in my target. I'm going to kill you.
That's been bumming you out for a while.
Yeah.
But, you know,
but Obama, look at one of the first things on the campaign trail, spread the wealth, Joe the plumber. I mean, he knows from experience when you can say something
let me
wrong.
tell you, here's the problem with that. Dana knows this full well, is that you go out and the president says something like that, and what happens? Every advisor gets together and says, okay, now we got an opening. We got to figure out what we're going to say. Now, when I saw Walter Mondale on Where's the Beef, that was my one and only contribution to American politics. It took me 3 days to sell it, because first of all, Mondale had never seen a Wendy's ad. In fact, he'd never seen television. And I had to say to him, okay, sir, when Gary Hart turns to you and say, where's the beef? And he went, but finally he gets you, so okay, I got it. Where is the beef? No, sir, it's where is the beef? Where is the beef? Well, anyway, we went around that for about 3 days. Finally, we got it sold, and it got me another 20 years on the lecture circuit. But the point here is that when you open it, you give an opening like that, some contender for president, particularly a new one like this guy, is going to give you an open shot. I mean, it's ridiculous. And give his advisors time to actually earn their living.
Bob, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Was Obama smart to compare himself to Abraham Lincoln?
I don't think he did compare himself to Abraham Lincoln. He said he got beat up. Oh, you want to see it?
We have the side.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah, that was my way of transitioning.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I thought there was something about that. Yeah, you got me.
When you listen to what the Federalists said about the Anti-Federalists and the names that Jefferson called Hamilton and back and forth, I mean, those guys were tough. Lincoln, they used to talk about him almost as bad as they talk about me.
Well, first of all,
Where was
you should
that?
hear what I say about bowling when he's not around.
You really shouldn't.
Well, he didn't compare himself to Lincoln. He said that Lincoln took a lot of heat from a lot of people.
He also took a bullet. You can't compare yourself to a guy who died.
He didn't compare himself on that. He said that Lincoln got abused, and the newspaper was miserable. And Obama, frankly, has taken an awful lot of abuse
you know what?
from people like you.
But here's another important point. It points to how really calm our disputes are these days. It's never as bad as it was in the Civil War. That's a good thing.
Why
A
don't we
lot
just
of presidents do this because they try to tell it. Not all. I think all presidents do it, where they say, well, if you look at the example of Lincoln, he died thinking that everybody hated him, and now he's everybody's favorite president. There's a space in the Oval Office where where the president hangs the most influential president's portrait, whoever they think it is. I remember President Bush 43 said, kind of a problem because my dad was the 41st president still alive, so he said, I hung a portrait of my dad in my heart and Lincoln on the wall.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good
lot of
idea.
very
I used to do that when I had two girlfriends. I used to switch their pictures in my room all the time. Now,
Just two, Bob.
Can we also point out that Mr. Obama's also compared himself to
MLK,
the Gipper,
too.
Ronald Reagan.
I don't listen. I think you're going to find that, like Lincoln, that's 100 years from now, people will put Barack Obama on the wall of the Oval Office. All right, coming up on the 5.
A picture of him.
Did you say that?
Oh my goodness!
New fallout from the botched Fast and Furious program, and why Eric will say this is Holders' final straw. That's next. Stay with us and learn to read, Bob.
Should take a